And I told you in 2017 that if they successfully overthrow Assad in Syria, who's going to become in control of Syria? It's going to be terrorists like ISIS and al-Qaeda. So that's General Petraeus. He used to be in charge of the U.S. in Afghanistan, right? And he's a criminal, and he got caught doing criminal things, but he's doing the bidding of the establishment, so nothing happened to him. He got caught giving classified documents to a lady he was banging who was writing a book, and nothing happened to him. In fact, what happened to him was that he got a professorship at New York University. That was his punishment.
Well, it is a pretty big.
So now,
there's nothing more shameful than that.
So now I showed everybody. So if you watched my show since 2016, 17, you know that I was out in front debunking the narrative in Syria that this was not an Arab Spring. This wasn't a organic uprising of the Syrian people to overthrow Assad. This is something that the United States, the West, and Saudi Arabia have wanted to do for over 25 years. Right? This is not new. Just like Venezuela, how the United States have been trying to overthrow Venezuela for 25 years because of the oil. So we've been doing that in Syria at the behest of Israel and some other people. And they wanted to put a pipeline through Syria that would compete with Russian oil and gas. So that's why Russia, anyway. So this is Petraeus. And I told you in 2017 that if they successfully overthrow Assad in Syria, who's going to become in control of Syria? It's going to be terrorists like ISIS and al-Qaeda. Well, that was the plan all along, because now the head of Syria, the president of Syria, was the former head of al-Qaeda in Syria. We used to have a $10 million bounty on his head. Now he changed his name. He took off his terrorist garb. He wears a blue suit, and he gets welcomed to he's now in the United States. And General Petraeus, who's a liar, enemy of the American people. He's a tool of the military-industrial complex, the CIA, the Mossad, and weapons manufacturers. That's who he serves. He doesn't serve the people. And now, guess who he's sitting down with? He's sitting down with the head of Syria, the president of Syria, who is the former head of al-Qaeda, but he's doing it in the United States. So the former head of al-Qaeda is now in the United States hanging out with General Petraeus. And I think it's interesting he didn't wear his uniform. I think that was conscious. That was a conscious thing, not to wear his uniform. So let's watch this.
So this next one is about you personally. How are you holding up under all this pressure? Are you getting time to do some thinking? Are you getting enough sleep at night? Again, I've been there. And it is so very, very hard. And your many fans, and I am one of them, we do have worries.
Your many fans, and hang on, go ahead. What, Kurt?
That's the ISIS guy?
This is the al-Qaeda guy. So this is the guy. This was the guy who was the head of al-Qaeda. He used to dress like a terrorist. He doesn't anymore. He put on a nice Brooks Brothers suit and a tie.
He looks great.
And he took off his terrorist garb, and he changed his name. And so now the former guy who used to be in charge of fighting al-Qaeda is now saying that he's a fan of the guy who was the head of al-Qaeda, a guy who used to have a $10 million bounty on his head.
Yeah, well,
this is real.
We're old retired wrestlers. They get along.
Yes.
You know what's funny for this bullshit show they've done for years for us? These guys get along better than Hulk Hogan did with other wrestlers.
Yeah, that's right. And so this guy is also meeting with Rubio today. So let's listen to what he's. So he's worried about how the former head of al-Qaeda is holding up. He's a fan of his, and he's worried about it. Do you not see the game being played on you? This ties into 9/11.
Did I dream this? I can't believe I'm looking at this.
Did you not think that somehow Osama was not working with the CIA? Do you not get this yet?
So a lot of people don't.
Do you not
when
get?
I tell people the Syria thing, they blank out.
So
they blank out like idiots.
So they weren't working with al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden before 9/11, but they're working with them now. Really?
That's worse.
That's worse.
That's worse.
That
That doesn't make it better.
That's right.
I hope they planned it originally with them, or else it's so much worse.
Worse. That's right. So if it happened the way the government said, this is even worse what he's doing. If it
Well, I
happened,
mean, they worked with Epstein, so why wouldn't they?
If 9/11 happened the way the United States government said, the fact that this Petraeus is sitting here giving a ball washing to this former Syria al-Qaeda leader makes it even worse. But now he's a big fan and he's worried about his health. So let's see what he says. And people applaud. So they're all applauding. They're all applauding that he's a big fan of the former head of al-Qaeda in Syria, who's now the head of Syria, who, by the way, had a $10 million bounty on his head from the State Department. Glenn Greenwald tweets this out. Glenn Greenwald said, imagine being one of the thousands of Americans who were told you had to risk your life to destroy al-Qaeda, only to die doing so, and then watch your own government welcome a longtime al-Qaeda leader to your own country and have General Petraeus gently ask how he's holding up. So I hope you know you're a sucker. If you think what 9/11 was what the government told you were, you're a sucker. You're a sucker. You are a sucker.
Jimmy,
and
I can't wait.
And if you think that Syria happened the way the government said it had, you're a sucker. And if you believe that guy was ever an enemy of the United States, you're also a sucker. They've been working together and funding al-Qaeda and ISIS since they were invented.
I cannot wait, Jimmy, for Netanyahu to sit down with the surviving leaders of Hamas, talk about what fans they are of each other.
That's right. Here it is. So here's the U.S. drops $10 million bounty on terrorist turned Syrian rebel leader Jolani.
Did they pay him that money? Was that what the bounty was for talent?
Maybe that was it. So that's how he used to dress. But now he dresses like this.
So this next one is about you personally. How are you holding up under all this pressure? Are you getting time to do some thinking? Are you getting enough sleep at night?
So that's how he dresses now.
What?
Are you getting sleep at night?
He looks like if Mehdi Hassan...
As you slaughter Christians inside Syria, and we don't say anything about it, are you getting sleep at night? This is what General Petraeus says. So guess what? So we are the terrorists. We fund them, we work with them, and we're also big fans of them. So he's a big fan. He said he's a big fan of this guy, worried about if he's getting his sleep. And that's how he used to dress. And they used to have a $10 million bounty on his head. But now that's all over.
I can't wait. Yeah.
And they never attack. And for some reason, this guy never attacked inside Israel. They're supposed to be the sworn enemies of Israel. They never attack Israel. Isn't that weird? So I hope people can now start putting together the things, right? Because that's why I got this award, the Integrity of Media Award, is because it's not that hard. It just takes courage. It doesn't take smarts. I'm not a genius guy by a long shot, but I have a bullshit detector, and that's all you need to do journalism. And courage and a bullshit detector. You don't need to be smart. You don't need to go to journalism school. You don't need to have a college degree. You don't need to know anything.
Well, you should remember when they said never forget with 9/11. Was I supposed to forget? Because I did never forget. So it's fucking. This is one of the craziest things that I've ever. I mean, in a parade of crazy things.
Of crazy things. This is
beyond.
This is crazier than the shooter of Charlie Kirk having a text message where he checks every box and admits to every crime that they said he committed in the way they said he did it.
I can't wait for Bill Ackman to sit down with a trans furry killer.
And then yeah.
How are you holding up? Are you tired?
How are you holding up? That really happened. And right now that guy's meeting with Marco Rubio. So the Secretary of State. So again, if you criticize Israel, they'll take away your passports and they'll kick you out of the country. But if you literally welcome
Al-Qaeda.
Well, Al-Qaeda leader, you're welcomed. If you're an Al-Qaeda leader,
they attacked the United States, and they had 20 years of losing wars because of it.
Yep. Well, it turns out
people have limbs blown off and their dicks blown off. They just start sitting on their helmets because all these soldiers lost their fucking dicks for that, dude.
That's right.
And he's sitting down, that general,
and who's ever in that room is applauding him.
Well, they're all. Let me guess, they didn't serve.
So, again, if you believe whatever the government tells you about war or Al-Qaeda or terrorism, you're a chump. of the highest order. If you believe what the government tells you about COVID, you're a chump of the highest order. Just like if you believe what the government told you about Joe Biden not being demented, you're a chump of the highest order. Or if you believe Russiagate, you're also a chump of the highest order. Whatever the government is telling you, they're lying. That should be your jumping off point. Whatever the government is telling you, they're lying. Now go find it. Every other asswipe in this space pretty much just repeats, like when the Young Turks, they repeated everything the government said about Syria, repeated everything the government, the FBI, CIA said about Russiagate, about Donald Trump, everything they said about Ukraine. They just repeat it. They're not journalists, they're repeaters. They're just repeaters. That's what the people like the Young Turks did. So here we are.
Well, you know what, Jimmy? I'm really just a repeater. I'm not out there pounding the pavement, but how hard is it just to say the thing that's going on and not focus on stupid bullshit instead of the actual thing?
That's right.
How hard is that?
How hard is it? So, you people with the MSNBC contracts, your David APAC men, your Broken Points, your Malibu Kyles, your TYTs, they are repeaters. They are repeaters. And so there you go. Well, welcome to this show. And congratulations for not falling for the bullshit. And if you'd like to hear my jokes about this, you can see me in Hermosa Beach, October 2nd, Sacramento, and San Francisco. We're also going to Australia. So go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. We'll see you in Australia in November. Come see me on tour in Hermosa Beach, Sacramento, San Francisco, Melbourne, Australia, Sydney, Australia, Brisbane, Burbank, California the day after Thanksgiving, and Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.